Thank you for staying with us. i24 News, December 24th. It's Christmas Day. And it's the time of year where we're joined in studio by Michael Friedman, another fellow Jew who loves Christmas very, very much.
It's not a bad holiday.
It's not a bad holiday, right? And I'd like to give you this.
Oh, thank you.
It's my Christmas present to you.
Perfect.
Right? We're also, and Michal Divon, of course, another Jew, in the studio.
Why'd you give it away?
No, I know. And I'm giving you this.
Did you get one as well?
There you go,
Thank
in the
you.
hand that is healthy.
Beautiful.
We also have this, guys. I just want to let you know. We have a Christmas tree that's a little sad. I don't know if you can see that at home. It's a sad Christmas tree, but it's going to be happy very soon. I'm going to hold it with my hand like this. Okay, Michael Friedman, you're here for sports.
Yes.
For a Christmassy sporty thing. And I want you to basically tell me what you have for me, and I'll shut up. Yes.
Today we have, first off, FIFA has been an absolute mess. They are...
Damn them.
They never can escape the corruption claims with 2018 and 2022 World Cup, one being in Russia, one going to be in Qatar.
Right.
Scandals and more. Michael Garcia
I
resigned.
think the moment they announced the World Cup in Qatar,
Everybody was saying there's going to be problems.
Yeah.
So Michael Garcia resigned, and it's led to many controversy. So
Okay. We have a report about that.
report
Let's
of that.
take a look at that controversy on this Christmas Day. There you go. Christmas Day.
Once again, the FIFA Ethics Committee is under scrutiny after Michael Garcia resigned from his post in protest over the handling of his report over the bidding process of the 2018 and 2022 FIFA World Cups. The former federal prosecutor and FIFA has had an interesting relationship from the start, and his involvement ended in an ugly breakup. Garcia ultimately disputed the integrity of the heads of the FIFA organization.
Leadership that makes clear to everyone, this is what we have set up the Ethics Committee to do, this is why they do it, and this is what they have done. It is that kind of leadership that breathes life into a code of ethics.
With the departure of Michael Garcia, questions remain as to how FIFA can truly change after years of scandals and criticism. The dark cloud that overshadows the beautiful game has angered many in the football world, including UEFA President Michel Platini, who has been questioning the credibility of FIFA.
FIFA's Ethics Committee was created to increase transparency at the organization. That's what we wanted, but in the end it has just caused more confusion. Mr. Garcia's resignation is a new failure for FIFA.
This new low has led to others such as Jerome Champagne, who will be challenging Sepp Blatter for presidency in May. He called Michael Garcia's resignation a step backwards for FIFA. While FIFA announced they would release parts of Garcia's findings, they still put themselves in a hole as they appear to be hiding something. The investigation was made to help reveal the willingness of Sepp Blatter's organization and confront some of its deep-rooted problems, but the head of FIFA is being cautious over the information being released.
I managed to put the executive committee behind the recommendation of Mr. Scala. That is to say yes to the publication of Garcia report, but under certain conditions.
But what the world of football wants and needs to see is a level of transparency, a change within one of the world's biggest sports governing bodies that shows what is truly happening in their own organization.
With us in studio, Michael Friedman of the Sports Magazine. That was your report. And when you say, at the end of this report, when basically, I'm theorizing here, but the fact that, the bulk of it is not going to be coming out feels like a bit of a cover-up in many ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Many are wondering, if they're only going to show parts of it, what's in there that's
so explosive?
Yeah. How is it going to hurt FIFA inside, unless it's something very damaging, of course.
Yeah.
But the big question is more about Sepp Blatter. He's been there. He's going on. He wants to in May go for his 5th term. He's 79 years old, and people believe that he should go. And what changes can happen with Sepp Blatter there? He is basically invincible. He's making everyone within FIFA wealthier.
Right.
All of the big guys are doing well, but the people, the fans with football are very upset, and it's not a pretty thing for the football world.
Yeah, for the football world to view that, especially in wake of these upcoming big world events. I'm thinking of Russia and Qatar, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Qatar, they've had so many issues with the migrant workers and people with the buildings. So it's not a sports country whatsoever, and they're trying to fake it until they can make it, apparently.
And it's going all the way, but fake it till they can make it is the right way to put it. But enough sadness. It is Christmas Eve. I said Christmas Day before, but that's just because I'm a Hebe. On Christmas Day, on Christmas Eve, though,
We got some jolly
yes,
sports.
Jolly sports. Let's jolly it up. What is this next report about?
We have different Santas running around, swimming all throughout the world. They're there.
Michal Divon and I are very happy. Do we get any kind of naked Santas as well?
There are unfortunately no naked
No naked
Santas.
Santas.
Not
Let's take a
this
look
week.
at, yeah, sadly. Sadly that is another shame. Okay. Fully dressed Santas running around courts. Let's take a look.
The holiday spirit is being seen all around the world, from Moscow to the Florida Keys to Alaska and as far as Sydney, with Santas spreading the joy to everyone. In the streets of Moscow, around 500 Santas ran for charity, aiming to raise a sack full of money for children's clinics. Although the weather outside was frightful, it didn't prevent the brave runners from participating in the fun runs. Dressed in the iconic red and white Santa Claus costumes, the warm outfits helped the runners from freezing. The organizers of the event hope to give the extra holiday cheer to the children suffering from serious illnesses. All the way down under, over 2,500 people dressed up as Santa Claus and ran through the streets of Sydney. The festive runners raised money for the children's charity in the 5-kilometer run. All of the Santas went through Darling Harbour and finished in front of the Sydney Opera House. After the race, the dancing Santas had smiles on their face as they helped empower children around Australia with disadvantages. Another Santa went for a swim in the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary to deliver presents to all the good mermaids and mermen. Jolly old St. Nick's red suit and white beard flowed throughout the water as he swam by the various schools of fish. He even brought with him a Christmas tree for the sea creatures to enjoy. The annual Keys tradition is another fundraising opportunity for the local children. But others went to more extreme measures as they jumped into a freezing lake in Alaska at the annual Polar Plunge fundraiser. Many were in the Christmas spirit, some dressed up as elves, while others wore their red shirts and Santa hats. The participants stayed in the icy water for only a few seconds before they rushed ashore. However, the event was truly special as they raised around $347,000 in support of the Special Olympics Alaska athletes statewide. With Christmas being felt around the world, once again, sports has shown to be the true miracle for giving.
Very, very cool holiday, I have to say. But what is the thing that unites all these Santa sporty occasions around the world?
Sports, athletics, it's...
Santa, I have to say that Michal Divon will agree with me. When you look at Santa throughout the years, the image of Santa, the stereotypical Santa, does not look like a very sporty guy.
No.
Right?
And some of those Santas were...
He does look like a football fan.
Yes.
Right?
He could be a linebacker.
He could be a linebacker.
But he's probably sitting back watching
back
the game.
with a beer. Yeah. Okay. So, but all these are for charity, right?
Yeah, so it was really nice. All these people, whether they were swimming or running, all around the world are doing something for charity, raising money. It's beautiful.
No, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And not only that, I got to say, as a Jew, which I keep harping, what I like about this holiday, because
it makes you want to convert.
It makes you want to convert. She said it, not me. One, she said Michal Divon. But not only that, Jewish holidays, and we know this, it all amounts to the same thing on a Jewish holiday. And, we love being Jews, but it's always like, everybody tried to kill us, is the narrative, right? Then our God saved us and killed them. Let's eat.
Let's eat.
Right. That's the Jewish holiday.
I'm fine with.
And that's fine. That's fine.
We don't have a big bearded, white, big jolly old looking guy.
I know, but everything has to do with alcohol and Christmas, which I love. But speaking of Jewish holidays and funny jokes, it's the time to move to the other blonde chick in the studio.
Who's also Jewish.
Who's also Jewish, exactly.
In case you were wondering.
Psych, no chicks are here. That said, yes.
Right, so that was actually a great note to end on sports, because we're going to talk about comedy and humor, which is great on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
So if anyone forgot what a joke is, I like to start with the essence. So a joke is something spoken, written, or done with humorous intentions, and they have different forms. It can be a word, it can be a gesture. I'm not going to try it out here.
That's the dictionary definition of
Webster.
joke.
Dictionary definition, Webster.
Because I always thought it would, under joke would be my life, but yeah. Ha ha.
See, that's a punch.
That's a punch.
You did it for me. And now one of the reactions I really like for jokes is laughter.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering what laughter is, well, it's a physical reaction, usually based here in our diaphragm, like that ho ho ho. See, it brings us back to Christmas.
Sorry, yeah.
And that, for instance, was another great
that was
way to
another
show
example.
you're doing great
I'm doing
today.
great.
All right, so all this is bringing me to our topic of the day, which is comedy for change.
Yeah.
Yes. Comedy isn't usually what you think about when you think about, let's say, peace, right?
Yeah.
If you think about peace, it's usually dialogue, reconciliation, negotiation.
Maybe it needs to be infused with a little bit of comedy.
Right, we don't think about comedy or sex, and these could both possibly be solutions to our conflict. Yes, now...
Stop, Michal. I do think that for the Middle East peace process, all that is needed is sex, is essentially what we just said.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
And so I attended 2 days ago this incredible conference called Comedy for Change, which is trying to influence and make a difference through comedy. Basically, it was held in Jerusalem, and it came to make a really important point. Anything politicians do,
Right.
comedians can do better.
I tend to completely agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, jokes aside, it's really using humor to talk about very serious issues. And I think I've said enough. So
Yeah,
we're going to take a look. An Israeli Jew, an Egyptian, a Palestinian, mediated by a German. And this is not a joke. Let's take a look at our first segment.
Lior, tell me, in your view, who started this?
The Germans.
Oh, thank you.
No, seriously, the Germans. It's the Holocaust. It's the European Jews Holocaust who led to the Nakba, to the Palestinian disaster.
No, we started. We killed Jesus.
That's true.
Maybe the Egyptians started it. We were doing good. You know, we were building pyramids, and then you left. We ran after you, and we didn't get to catch you before you crossed the Red Sea, unfortunately.
It was the last time we ever built something for you guys.
So what I'm talking, again, sexual jihad, I want the Arabs and the Jews to start having sex. Coming together both figuratively and literally, really. I mean, we could actually start after this. Again, what kind of a scientist am I to not want to kind of test it out on myself?
We've been living together for almost 50 years now, like a couple in a very, very, very bad marriage. And over the years, we've started to look like each other. We Jews became violent, fanatic, religious, and you guys became greedy. You want it all.
Okay. First of all, I did nothing to say.
This panel blew me away.
Yeah.
And it was the first time they worked together, and hopefully they'll continue, maybe worldwide.
Yeah.
You know, they like to offend all religions equally, which is really nice. And we had a chance to talk to the Egyptian comedian, which is based in Denmark, Omar Marzouk, and he grew up in Denmark, so he was able to really make fun of Islam as a career, but he's actually going to go to Egypt to tour, and that'll be interesting. And if he makes it out alive, we can maybe have him here. It was
the things he's going to say. No,
it was really interesting.
And we have him on. We have a bit of him.
No, actually, we have a bit of him, but I think we're running out of time. And so, what I would like to leave you with on this Christmas Eve is a teaser for two people who will be here at your show on Friday.
Oh,
and I'm not going to give it away, so let's take a look.
Let's take a look at funny people.
A little teaser. Funny people,
there you
Christmas Eve.
Oh, Yiddish is kind of a dying language. Who's your audience?
Dying people.
Humor offend anyone?
Everyone, we hope. No, we think all religions are equally hilarious.
Yes.
And ridiculous.
We don't discriminate when it comes to making fun of religion.
I'd say Ellie's my biggest fan.
I'm huge on this guy, honestly.
I think he's great. No, hang on, give me a second. He's normally the thinker of the duo.
Just be pretty.
That's my job.
Yeah, no, I love people who actually say I think all religions are equally offensive. Yeah,
exactly.
They should be offended equally or equally offensive.
Exactly.
Michael, I got to tell you know what? You're the most pleasant person in the studio because every time I turn to you, you're like, yeah, whatever she said.
Thank you.
Have another one. There you go. Yes, no. This was
one's enough for me.
One's enough for you. Are you sure? And I want to ask you, this was held this week, right? You just came back.
This week in Jerusalem, 2 days. Very talented people, and hopefully the collaboration we saw is something new because I think comedy is a tool that can really bring change if people can lighten up and laugh at themselves.
And laugh at themselves, and I think, comedy is actually something that would help every politician in this region. Every single politician, that's the one thing that people are lacking here is the ability to laugh on themselves rather than fighting whose God is bigger. But
God, right?
Yeah, God, whose God is bigger is
bigger.
essentially what it boils down to. I just want to say, have another one. This was it for us.
So lucky.
I know
There's a charm.
You didn't want one. That was it for us, folks. Don't forget to check us out on the web, Twitter, Facebook, all those social networks. Also, do not forget to check us on tomorrow morning, which will be Christmas Day. It'll be lovely. We'll have many more of these. And that was your morning edition for today. Have a lovely Christmas if you're celebrating it. That's it. I'll shut up.